What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. I was on Instagram for a little while today. My For You page is so goated. Every now and then, I would come across this. It would be a compilation of Gen Alpha comments on YouTube. And I can't help but laugh at them because they're just so stupid. They can't help themselves. They don't know any better. They're just little kids, 6, 7 years old. You know how it is. It's 2026. It's only going to get worse. Or is it? I did a little thinking today, and I realized that throughout history, we were all the Gen Alpha kids. And of course, when there's the Gen Alpha kids, there's the adults looking down on them and laughing. Even through history, we would have these slabs of stone and there'd be writing on them saying that the younger generations lacked the skills and they lacked the drive to do any work, and they didn't care about the world around them, and they're just stupid, right? And as you're seeing on the internet, people my age, people older, are are already saying that these Gen Alpha kids, even the Gen Betas, they're beyond saving. They were born in the year 2026. It can't get any worse for them. This is a horrible start. Remember when the boomers were saying that Gen Z is stupid? A fair portion of them were correct, but for the most part, they're going to be wrong. Because we've already disproven the boomers on a lot of things about how the world works and how the world is going to keep working. The world around them is not going to be the same as when they were a kid. It's going to get continuously different. And it's going to be the same for us. The way we grew up, the things that we created our childhood with, all the cool video games and cartoons and books that we read and movies, it's completely different from what we have today. It's almost brain rotted. So, remember when you were a little kid and you were on YouTube? You would go in the comment section and be like, "What are all these little kids doing playing Mario Kart? Go on your PlayStation 2 and play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you stupid idiots." And that's what these Gen Alpha kids think they are. They think they're tough. "Aren't you like 5? "No, I'm 6. I was born in I don't know what else." So, just a small little video for you guys to think about. Now, I would like to go into what I think these Gen Alpha kids are going to turn out to be when they're our age, into their adult age. I think what's going to come out on the internet is these Gen Alpha adults are going to be making YouTube videos reacting to what they would be putting out in the comments section. For instance, some guy named Ultra Kill, whatever, would be going on YouTube and he'd be reacting and saying, "We were so stupid back then. Wow, I can't believe that we would make these stupid comments. We were 6 years old in 2016 thinking that we were so tough, when really we were just cringe. And now look at these Gen Beta comments. They're even worse than what we were commenting. They're not prepared for the world around them." And it's going to be funny because we live in the era of the internet where you have a digital footprint. And so people are going to be like, oh, Pac Funk 2019. That was me. Look at my stupid comment. Women detected. Opinion rejected. Oh man, I must have thought I was so Sigma back then. Things of that manner. And then the Gen Zers, like us, we're going to be going on making videos like, haha, see, we told you were stupid. Look at your reactions to when you were 10 years old on YouTube comment sections. Look at you. We were right all along. You guys were stupid. And then the Gen Betas, who are going to be little kids, are going to be like, these Gen Zers and these Gen Alphas, they think they're so tough. But guess what? We're growing up with peak internet. You know, whatever, they're going to have a sequel to Skibidi Toilet, and they're going to have like some kind of like Vivzy Pop show, and they're going to be like, they didn't grow up with this peak. Look what they had to watch when they were kids. Look at this old style garbage. And then the Gen Alphas are going to be like, you know, in retrospect, what the Gen Zers had was pretty cool. Skibidi Toilet was cringe. Digital Circus was cringe. So that's my prediction. And I would like to see in about 10 years, 15 years maybe, if Flipside Vids even exists, if that is the future for people on the internet, at least for Gen Alpha and Gen Z. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to put out a thought-provoking video of who these Gen Alpha kids are going to become. And that's my prediction. I think Gen Z, we're going to turn out like the internet's boomers, right? Not the boomers of today. We're going to have our own version of what a boomer is, right? The Gen Z boomer. I got to come up with some kind of nickname. I don't know. Let's see. We can call it the Zoober, kind of like a mix between Zoomer and Boomer. The Zoomber. Now that sticks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And without further ado, and with all that said, I will see you all next time back on the flip side. Peace out.